welcome back to the Hearthstone tournament here in Singapore. We have an exciting match for you guys today. We are finally going to be witnessing, I do believe it's Moomified versus bj0rN. Now, do not be mistaken with the bj0rN, the singer, because that is someone else entirely, okay? We've got a very exciting matchup for you guys here today.
Wait, what? bj0rN is a singer?
I think so. I'm a little bit confused. But anyway, guys, let's let the hunt begin, because we are going to go ahead and try to see what both players have in store. We haven't really gotten a chance to see either of these players in the group stages, so I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to fare in this winner's bracket. I mean, they've reached here so far, and in fact, they, if I'm not mistaken, Moomified got a 3-0 victory over his opponent in the previous round, and I think that was Mel's, yeah. So that was actually pretty damn interesting to see that happen. Like, we haven't had a trio series except for the one that we casted just now, and now we're gonna be casting a game that could potentially also be a trio series. But looking at the side of bj0rN though, bj0rN, I think he came down from the winner's bracket, if I'm not mistaken. So, guys, without further ado, let's get this show on the road, because we've got a Ufer Lightbringer versus a Ufer Lightbringer as well.
A well-met mirror match.
well met. So let's take a quick look at the hand of Moomified here. He does have the Knife Juggler, the Dire Wolf, and the Equality. What do you think about that?
He could definitely keep equality by going up against the Paladin. Well, I guess a faster early game against the Paladin would definitely bring you give you a better edge in the mid game and towards the late game, because Paladin decks are essentially quite slow.
And as for bj0rN, he has an Elven Archer, a Ragnaros Firelord, a Avenging Wrath, and a True Silver Champion. What do you think in this case should be the mulligan?
Well, Ragnaros and Avenging Wrath should be mulligan.
Alright.
Elven Archer can get its value from killing one of the opponent's tokens, and True Silver is definitely one of the best weapons in the game. You should probably keep it.
Alright, so I'm actually surprised to see an Elven Archer in a deck. I never thought I would see the day where an Elven Archer is actually in competitive play, but it seems like it's here, it's now. So guys, let's get this on. Actually, yeah, so you look at Moomified's hand, he actually didn't mulligan anything right now. Look at that, he has the Knife Juggler, the Dire Wolf, and the Equality, but you look at bj0rN's hand, bj0rN, I don't know, I keep, it cracks me up when I say bj0rN, but Elven Archer, maybe I got it wrong, I think it's bj0rN, but never mind about that. Getting back on topic here, first though, Moomified actually gets a draw of a Sword of Justice there. That's actually really good for him.
It's very good for him.
On top of the fact that he has a Knife Juggler already, he's probably going to be playing,
he's going to Hero Power and pass here.
Interesting.
I guess he wants to keep his Knife Juggler until he has enough mana to combo his ability off, instead of leaving it on the board subjected to damage, subjected to early kill.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, if he played it, he could have actually gotten a Razorfen Hunter use after that. Yeah. Which is kind of surprising in my opinion.
Seems like he wants to set Sword of Justice and then buff the Knife Juggler up when he comes out.
Okay, alright, so it seems like, yeah, he's just going to use the 1-1 to trade, so really not much of an issue here for them. You look at bj0rN's hand now, he's got a lot of cards. He's got the Elven Archer, of course, to always snipe out things. He has a coin, though. So he can always coin into something like a True Silver, but...
interesting thing here though, that Elven Archer is the one and only Elven Archer in the entire series.
Wow, now that is interesting. Okay, now here's the thing. bj0rN actually did a very risky play by coining into True Silver without knowing that his opponent's deck could actually hold an Acidic Swamp Ooze, and whether or not he drew it, so that's kind of interesting to see. He's going to go ahead and throw out the Knife Juggler. That's going to become a 4-3, and then a 3-2, and a 2-2. And that just means he can get 2 more extra hits in as well from the Knife Juggler there. It's just actually very, very effective. It's super effective.
Looking at bj0rN's hand's last turn, right? That was the only effective play he could have done.
Right.
Essentially, he wanted to save the Elven Archer to pop a shield or to kill a one HP stuff, and the Elder Peacekeeper, right, isn't actually a good play without using his Battlefire ability.
Right. Yeah, but here's the thing now. If he actually held on the coin, he could have actually thrown out an Abomination and be able to deal with those minions on the board. Maybe not the Knife Juggler, but I guess in that sense, having that True Silver it does at least kind of help him, I guess you could say.
Well, the True Silver is his way of guaranteeing he doesn't get overflooded during he doesn't get overrun during the early game. And he just top decked the A-bomb, so that's his best choice at that time.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go. Looking at Moomified's hand.
Again, a double buff.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 3-4 and a 2-2. Sword of Justice left with only one charge left, and a Dire Wolf as well. Adjacent minions. Oh, actually, sorry. The Sword of Justice already no more. Gonna nicely trade over there. Look at that. Getting a lot of value back from his Warlock, who just got boosted down from the debuff there. The 4-4 is going to go down, and the Abomination is going to come out, so it's definitely going to kill all the minions on the board right now, which is actually a good time for him to probably play that Cult Master and get a shit ton of card draws.
Oh, well, if you play the Cult Master and the A-bombs, the Cult Master dies along with the AoE, you don't get card draws.
Oh, really?
Yes. Your Cult Master actually has to survive it in order to get card draw.
Interesting. So, unfortunately, that won't be able to survive. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and trade over here. The Wolf's going to die.
Probably the Imp Master and the Raid Leader would be a good play here.
Yeah, Imp Master is going to come out. Out comes the Raid Leader as well. There you go, you have a beautiful play coming out from Moomified there. You look at Bjorn's hand right now. He has a Wolf Rider, the Ragnaros of course. Equality, Faceless Void, Avenging Wrath actually just got top decked over there. I'm not sure if he's going to decide to use that. I don't think it's as necessary. He still has a charge. He still has the Elven Archer to kind of combo with the charge if he wants to kill the
I think he's thinking the Wolf Rider and charge into the Imp Master and then kill it off with Elven Archer.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that could be the play here if he wants to do that. But then that just means that he can't really play any other minion after that.
Yep.
So it feels like a waste. Maybe, I mean, I guess sometimes even just Wolf Ridering into that Raid Leader could be better.
No, Raid Leader doesn't work if you don't have minions. So right now you have to get rid of the minion, get rid of the minions that can actually produce more minions, then you get rid of the Raid Leader.
Yeah, I guess that's very, very true. But I mean, like, even killing the Raid Leader would mean that the minions will just spawn, but they don't get the effects of the Raid Leader.
Yeah, but you can combo it off with a Cult Master.
There we go, yeah, the Cult Master comes out. The Cult Master is going to do a lot of work here. He's going to draw a card. He draws his True Silver. He's going to waste his other mob as well. That's going to go down, and there we go. He gets a top deck on a big game hunter, but that's not really going to help him here. Do you think Avenging Wrath could actually be useful?
Yes,
yeah,
definitely. He's going to kill everything here.
He's going to go ahead and throw the Avenging Wrath. Is he going to be lucky with RNG? Because there is a chance that he might just hit all 8 on the hero, which could be kind of funny to see.
Well, not really. Given the statistics, he's probably not going to hit 8 to hero.
Let's see.
But here we go.
Avenging Wrath being played by Bjorn right here.
Nice
Here we go.
RNG.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
and
7,
all
8.
die.
Yeah, all of them are gonna go down. He takes, I think, 4 damage to the face right off the bat. Plus the minions go down. So really well played by him. He gets that ability to knock off all the minions and gets somewhat of a board back. But look at this. The Stormwind Champion lays his legs on the ground, I guess. I have no clue what to say after that. He's doing a lot of work. I mean, he always uses his hero power after this, and it's going to be a 2-2 effectively. He has to defend up Argus as well to buff it up even more. And now look at this play. Guardian of Kings comes out because he knows that.
Oh, that's quite a questionable, because he can kill it off for free without even dying.
He can kill it off for free without even dying?
Yeah, 6-6 can kill 6-5.
Oh, exactly, yes, sorry. I thought you meant he could kill the Stormwind Champion off. My bad. But yeah, look at this. Warlocks come out. I mean, Murlocs, sorry.
Instead of going for face, since he has 2 taunts out.
Yeah, and the Argus as well. So look at that. Look at how much value he's getting there just from the Stormwind Champion. It's doing a lot of work for him.
But there we go. The Black Knight value. Is he gonna play it though?
That is actually a good question though, because if he Black Knights here, his Black Knight is still gonna die. And I mean, he can ultimately decide to not even trade and just go for face, but I think trading would be the better option, just to make sure his Stormwind doesn't die at all. Because his Stormwind's never going to be aimed by that big game hunter, unless, of course, Bjorn has something like a Dark Iron the Wolf to buff it up and then use the big game hunter, which is probably a decent combo there. Another Guardian to Kings comes out. He's going to heal himself. He's going to throw out another drop there, allowing him to deal another extra damage. So, looking at the hand right now from Moomified, he gets a Cult Master, which is perfect.
Another Cult Master.
Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and trade this 2-2 for the 5-2, I guess.
Yes, and draw a card from it.
Yeah, oh, he's actually going to even play the sword right here. So there we go. He's going to get a card. He's even going to throw out another pellet, another
Probably
recruit.
should have drawn the card before you played the hero power there.
Yeah, I guess you should have actually just played the Knife Choker instead. That would have been a lot more useful for him.
Well, I think maybe it's not such a bad thing since Moomified haven't used any of his consecration yet.
That's right. So, looking at Bjorn's hand right now, he has a Faceless Manipulator. The equality, still no consecration though, so no equality consecration combination, which is actually hurting him a lot. He does have a Sylvanas right here, but it seems like he wants a Faceless Manipulator. I think this is probably going to be the Stormwind champion.
Well, he could essentially play an ex-wife and manipulate another ex-wife.
Actually, that is a pretty good. That's a pretty good choice because the two ex-wives is just so difficult to deal with because one nags at you, you divorce her, another one is gonna be ruining your life. You divorce the other one, she takes even more because you lose half, right?
But the thing here is
nothing.
But the thing here is he has to kill at least 2 minions off in order to stay well below lethal range.
Right. That is definitely.
So the only way he can stay alive here is to Black Knight the 3/2.
Right.
And kill the 4/4 or kill the 5/3.
Yeah, the 5/3 is probably the better choice because it's giving a lot of card draw as well.
Yep.
It does a little bit more damage. So yeah, Black Knight is probably gonna come out. Yeah, it's gonna be used here. Gonna
Unfortunately,
easy taunt.
he's gonna have a card draw from that.
Yep. So the taunt's gonna die.
So the equality.
Wait, equality? Now this is a very questionable play in its own right because why would you use equality when you don't even have a consecrate?
Yep.
It does. Wow. Okay, he actually does equality.
So he wants to kill the 6/6 off.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I guess it's
somewhat.
It's somewhat an okay, but the thing is, again, he's giving much more card draw to his opponent, and his opponent is now eventually getting more cards than he is because of this next turn. Now he gets yes, the Stormwind champion is addressed. But here's the thing, he can run his True Silver into the Black Knight and even throw the 1/1 in and still get more card draws and then throw the 3/1 at the 1/1 and get even more card draws.
Well, anyway, in that situation, it's either die or be more behind.
Whoa.
So he chose the latter.
But what is this? Moomified has equality of his own, so that's kind of funny. I think he's thinking of equality so that he can actually kill off. But in my opinion, I think even a Knife Juggler here would be better into like a Defender of Argus. Or maybe just trading the 1/1 for the 1/1 to the 4/5, hitting the face, and then throwing out a defender and using the Knife Juggler and the defender.
Well, actually you should Knife Juggler, Razor Fan Hunter, and then Defender of Argus.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so he's thinking.
On the raid leader.
Oh, the raid leader. Hopefully, okay. That looked like it was gonna be scary.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the double hit. Yes, it hits the minion off. Out comes the Defender of Argus. Out comes another hit. That's 40 damage. That's left to 11 HP, 7 HP, and boom. He's very close to lethal right now. In fact, he is at lethal. Too bad he used equality
with that
Wild Pyromancer. One turn, just too late. And this is actually gonna hurt him so hard in this game. He knows it's over. Out comes the well played. Moomified with a thank you there. The Faceless Manipulator, the only thing to save him now, but he's still gonna die. Out comes the
ex-wife.
Out comes is the ex-wife can come out. I mean, he's gotta do whatever he can right now to just survive in this game.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Right? Exactly.
Why not?
Out comes the ex-wife, and turn's gonna end. You know, never give up, never surrender. Here we go. Equality again, though, just to make things a little bit more worse. Out comes the 3/1. Out comes the 4/1 to the face and a 3/1 to the face, and boom, he goes. There you go. See ya, Bjorn. But unfortunately, your Paladin wasn't as strong as Moomified. Moomified over there did a really good job, I have to say. I mean, if you gotta remember, the biggest highlight in that game was the fact that the equality and Pyromancer was a little bit too late on the draw. He drew it the next turn, but if he saved this turn, he would have actually been still able to pass it in the next turn, wouldn't he?
Because the fact that Moomified actually still has a Stormwind up.
Ah, right. So he would have been able to deal enough damage.
Just like how a Blood Imp.
Yeah.
With the equality and Pyromancer.
Exactly.
He's still gonna have all of his minions survive and just kill off the Stormwind.
Right, yeah, actually, so that is actually gonna make it a really good game for Moomified there in this one. Let's see what the next deck is gonna be brought out here from Bjorn. So I'm gonna ask you, what do you think Bjorn is gonna be trying out here?
Let's see. I guess a Paladin going up against a Shaman. The Shaman has a little bit better chance of winning, seeing that he has very good value cards like Fire Elemental. You have Totems to buff up your spell damage.
Right. Anyways, let's take a quick look at this game that we're in. It is in fact going to be the Shaman Moomified versus bj0rN. Looks like they're going to mulligan cards right off the bat, so we don't get to see what happened over there. Unfortunately, at least we do have the starting hand, so don't worry too much about that. There is a turn 2 possibility for Sword of Justice there for Moomified if he wants to. I mean, there is the Knife Juggler as well. There's a lot of options for him to run with. Let's take a look at bj0rN's hand though. He has a Rock Biter weapon, an Earth Shock, a Harvest Golem, and a Lightning Bolt. Not going to do anything right now. Gets both his Rock Biter items, so I mean weapons there. So that's really good for him. And gets a 1/1 Searing Totem. So he's getting very lucky with his RNG right here.
Definitely. One of
the
the
coin,
best RNG.
sorry, not the coin, the 2/2, the hero power is going to be used right there. Reinforcements coming in for Moomified's area. There is a Wild Pyromancer actually surprisingly. So Wild Pyromancer got a lot of synergy here with the Earth Shocks and Lightning Bolts. And I think Rock Biter weapon is considered a spell, isn't it? Because it
yes, Rock Biter weapon is a spell.
Alright, so that's actually going to he has 4 spells that potentially synergize with this Wild Pyromancer, so going to do a lot of work with that. But of course, there's no equality in this deck. Harvest Golem comes out on the side of bj0rN right here, and a Totem. And Moomified right now, he only has a Sword of Justice. Are we going to see something? Yeah, he's going to throw out the Knife Juggler and probably, oh, there we go. He's going to go ahead and use the Murloc Tidehunter. Going to get 2 hits out from the Knife Juggler over here. Is it going to be enough? It's going to go for face though, so not going to kill anything on the board. Might actually put Harvest Golem in range. No, unfortunately, RNG wasn't in his favor in that kind of sense. He's actually going to go ahead and hit off that 1/1 because he's afraid of spell damage. Yes. You always have to remember, even though you're going, you're leaving a spell damage totem on the board, you got to remember that spell damage is very, very scary, especially against a Shaman.
With Lightning Storm.
Yeah, Lightning Storms, Lightning Bolts, Fork Lightnings, you got like so much, board piercing spells to really do a lot of damage. The top deck of Stormforge X is here though for bj0rN. He has the ability to, Wild Pyromancer and, well, I mean, it's not necessary for him. He can just Lightning Storm over here if he wants to.
Well, Lightning Storm has the off chance that it might not kill the Knife Juggler, so he wants to be certain that he kills the Knife Juggler and gets a board clear. So, Wild Pyromancer here into a Lightning Storm would be the safest play.
Alright, so we're going to see the Wild Pyromancer and the Lightning Storm. Out comes the, in fact, going to do the damage right there. So, not necessarily needed. He's going to deal a lot of damage himself, but I mean, that just means that if Moomified wants to, he's going to waste 1 charge on that Sword of Justice. So, I think the only choice here is for his Imp Master to come out, or maybe even the Razor Fan to get more value on that.
Instead, he's going to attack with a weapon and kill
it. So do you kind of agree with that? I mean, like, Razor Fan kind of feels like the better choice with that, because at least both minions gets buffed in a sense, right?
Well, even if you Imp Master, he's going to go for double Imp Master. So, yeah, he's going to be able to kill 1 Imp.
I guess.
And with Raid Leader on his hand, with Stormwind Champion on his hand.
I think he's setting up for Stormwind Champion, which is probably going to be the biggest deal right here. Because once Stormwind Champion joins the fray, he's going to be dishing out potentially 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. Yep. But of course, there's going to be more spawns after this. Depending on whether or not the Harvest Golem is going to delete what? I mean, kill these mobs over here. There is a Lightning Storm available.
Yeah, he just top decked a Lightning Storm. Unfortunately, it's not enough for him to hero power into a Spell Totem and Lightning Storm.
So, yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to have that combination up. The Lightning Bolt is in his inventory as well.
Well, he could just attack the Golem into one of the 1/4s and just pass the turn. And then attack again into another 1/4. And then Lightning Storm.
So I guess giving the Rock Biter to the 2/2 to kill off Imp would be the best choice here.
Oh, you can kill off 1 Imp Master, which will sort of slow down the Imp getting produced here, which is essentially what you want.
Imp's getting produced?
Yep. You have to stop the production.
Stop production today. Well, I mean, there was an Earth Shock. Doesn't Earth Shock silence?
It's silenced, but it doesn't kill it, so you have to waste 2 cards to kill it.
Ah, yes. I guess in that sense, yeah, that's kind of true. The Harvest Golem does come out. The 2/4 is going to trade for it. That's really good. The Raid Leader is out already. And imagine this. Next turn, there's going to be that Stormwind Champion. Well, actually, maybe... Does he have enough space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, he does.
There you go. Is it a Spell Totem? No, it's not a Spell Totem. 50% chance to bot there.
Here we go. Here we go. Is it
Everything
going
else
to
will die except the Razor Fan.
Here we go with the Lightning Storm. And everything dies. He's got the RNG gods in his favor. The 3 damage coming out every creep. He gets the Rock Biter weapon on top of that. There is a lot of, what do you call this? Overload happening right now. But take a look at this. Out comes the Sword of Justice, the Dragonling mechanic. And that's going to be a 3/5 and a 3/2. So that's actually pretty decent for him.
That just shows you how annoying that Sword of Justice
really is. Oh, but look at that top deck though. He has a Feral Spirit. It's not like it's necessary though in this kind of situation. It seems like, yeah, he's going to go with it anyways. He has an Earthshock to play if he wants, but kind of not necessary in this kind of regard. He gets a Searing Totem as well, so that's actually pretty good for him in this situation. But yeah, Moomified's hand. Moomified's hand over here though, he has a Stormwind Champion. Unfortunately,
he's not going to be able to play this turn.
Yeah, he wants to get a little bit more minions on the board first before trying to do anything like that. Unfortunately, he should have played the minion first and then only the Direwolf so that he can get it out of the taunt range. Now he's forced to actually make the Direwolf the taunt, which is actually not what you want right there.
Yep.
The Argus himself becomes a 5/4, which isn't that bad. He's gonna trade the mechanic onto one of the 2 trees, but this just means, oh, hold that thought.
Look at that top deck.
Look at that top deck though. That Earth Elemental, man, we've seen the power of the Earth Elemental. That 7/8 is so insane, and the next turn can buff it up even more with a Defender, make it go whack face, can do a lot of things with the combination here from this Earth Elemental. So, you know, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. The 2/3 and the 1/1 is still on the board. What do you think is the best play here? I mean, for him, like he doesn't really have much of an option.
Well, he could silence one and Rock Biter the other. If you silence the doggy, you can kill it off with the axe, and then you can Rock Biter one of the totem and kill off the other 3/3, and then play the Earth Elemental into a freaking huge taunt that doesn't do anything.
Interesting. All right, we'll see whether or not that's actually gonna happen in this kind of situation here. I mean, he could effectively put the Rock Biter on his healing totem, deal 3 damage to the taunt. Well, he's actually gonna use it in the Searing, so to use it to kill the doggy. So I guess that's fine. That by all means is kind of okay, isn't it?
Yep, it is. And then he can show you Earthshock and kill off the token.
Yep. So here we go. He's actually gonna Defender first, which is kind of interesting. So he's gonna go ahead. Yep. Rock Biter's gonna go on the Searing Totem. He's gonna run it right into the doggy there. Doggy dies, and now that means that Lightning Bolt is thinking of lightning bolting the 3/3, but
what?
I think he's gonna Defender run it in. The 3/4 is still gonna survive, but it's still gonna die in the next turn, and the other taunt is gonna die as well.
Yep.
So he's not gonna be able to play that huge Earth Elemental taunt, and in the next turn he can still by all means play it. So I guess he's just trying to do whatever he can right now. Probably even gonna he's gonna go ahead and use the Lightning Bolt onto the 3/3 to kill it off. Only left with a 4/4, which means he still has a taunt on the board. He hasn't attacked just yet, which I'm surprised.
Well, he forgot to attack with a heal totem as well.
Yeah, so kind of questionable decisions there. I think bj0rN is a little bit on tilt right now because he's dealing with a lot of aggro coming out. The Stormwind Champion does come out. The 5/5 is going to hit the 3/2. There's a 2/2 on the board right now, but really nothing else he can do other than pass and end the turn. You look at bj0rN right now, there is the Earthshock. Earthshock, if I'm not mistaken, does silence the Stormwind Champion's effects.
Yep.
But the mobs that currently have the effect won't be disenchanted, right?
It will.
It will.
Because it's an ongoing effect.
Alright, so, okay, let's see. There is, the Archer Commander is in the fray. He has the taunt available, which is actually very, very good in this situation.
If he hero powered the Spell Totem, he can actually kill the Stormwind with the Argent Commander alongside with Earthshock.
Yeah, actually, that is very, very true. I mean, okay, he's thinking of shocking something here. I mean, wouldn't you think the play of just hitting the face of the Argus to trade it off, and then using the Earth Elemental after that would be a better play?
Well, essentially you want your Earth Elemental to trade them more than just 2. You're trying to maximize it. So if you leave out, if you let the Stormwind champion to survive, it's gonna shoot pretty efficiently with an Earth Elemental.
All right, so it seems like I think the bj0rN is thinking, yeah, wow, okay, so he's gonna actually run his guy into the Stormwind champion, which is kind of questionable. I mean, he could have just gone for the safer play and just run his totem into the 1-1 and run his commander to the 4-2. So he loses.
I mean, even that play over there is questionable. He could just kill off the 1-1, use the weapon to kill the 5-2, and then left the 6-1 who is still gonna go through a taunt.
Very questionable indeed. I mean, the thing is, okay, he still has to walk by the weapon. I mean, sorry, the Stormforge Axe. He has the 4-2, he has the 0-2 healing. Comes the Dragon Link and Cult Master. Moomified actually is in a tough spot now because he has minions, yes, but he doesn't have anything else to add onto it.
Yep.
And a Hex just comes out right there. It's not necessary. Earth Elemental is going to come out first. Oh, no, he's going to coin into not coin, sorry. He's going to use a
hero ability.
He gets a Spell Totem, yeah. He gets a 7-8 taunt now, so he can probably trade the 4-2. No, I think just going for the face is better.
Going for face definitely better.
Because he has a lot to counter against this aggression on the board right now. Like, he's going to have to trade everything if he wants to kill that 7-8.
Yep.
So there we go, the 4 damage to the face. No, sir, that is not the direction we want to head in. North friend is not that way. Not that side, sir. The Cult Master is going to be available here, so you can always run it in and get more card draw. Oh, there's another Stormwind champion, but I don't think it's necessary for now. I think getting more of the card draw is better.
Well, it depends. If you get more card draw, it doesn't mean that you can kill it. If you get 2 more damage in, it's easier to kill it.
He gets a Raid Leader here at least, so...
He's going to put the Raid Leader down and run it in.
Just going to run the 3-4 into the 7-7. Gonna get a new card. I wonder what this is. It's a Razor Fan Hunter, unfortunately, so gonna be forced to play that at least to get a little bit more minions on the board. I mean, the Raid Leader is there, so that's actually very effective, and that just means it's gonna force him to like trade his. I mean, he can use his Earth Elemental to just trade with the 2-2, but the rest of the other minions on the board will just kill it.
Yeah.
And he gets another thumb, so actually that's pretty good for him. Now the question is, does he hit face for 11 damage and put him into a very, very lethal range, sorry?
Well, that would be a bad choice here because ultimately your Earth Elemental is gonna die. One way or another.
Right. So
I mean, even if you kill 2 right now, it's still gonna die.
Yeah, I guess you might as well get more value out of it. So I guess the 7 to the face with the 4 to the face is actually a very, very good choice here. Although the Raid Leader is going to be very annoying. I mean, he can by all means actually hex the Raid Leader if he wants to, because he has a Black Knight to kind of, you know, to deal with taunts if he wants. But it feels like a waste of the hex.
It's kind of a waste of a hex.
So
ultimately, you want to hex something larger, like a Stormwind champion.
Exactly. Well, I mean, yeah, the Stormwind champion is in hand. I mean, right now, the board is definitely in favor of Moomified, but there is a couple of responses that bj0rN can make. Whether he chooses or whether he opts to go for the damage to the face with a 7 and a 4, that is another question that remains to be unseen, because he's actually taking a really long time to decide what he wants to do. He's going to actually hex the Cult Master here. Interesting. So, wow.
That backfired.
Yeah, that actually backfired on himself. So he's going to force himself into the 3 range. He's going to run a 4-2 into the 2-2 Raid Leader. So, I mean, it's still going to die, nevertheless, but he's going to be forced to trade both minions. But
it's not going to die.
There's a Stormwind champion on the board.
There's a Heal Totem and a Stormwind champion on the other side.
So, okay, here comes the Stormwind champion. He's still going to be forced to trade, nevertheless. So, no matter what, the value is already obtained. But here's the problem. He can't really deal with the Stormwind right now. There's a Fire Elemental, which actually is pretty good. You can actually use that to, you know, deal with the 2-2 drop, or actually potentially just deal damage to the Stormwind champion itself.
Well, deal with the 2-2 drop is better, because ultimately you can trade with it.
Yeah, exactly. So there is still a taunt available for him. He can't really do much. The Frostwolf is here, so he can play the Cult Master and then into the Frostwolf. So that's going to be a 7-7. Out comes the hit onto the taunt there. And now he's actually still in a very, very difficult situation. Novice Engineer, I think a card draw would be the better choice here. He's going to go for the card draw. Is it going to be enough? Out comes Ragnaros. I think Ragnar's being played is actually a better choice. That's gonna do a lot. He can draw the 6/6 into the other 6/6, 6/5 into the 6/6 right there. Wow.
But he doesn't feel like giving the opponent another card. So he's quite in a dilemma here. He could just 6 damage with 1 damage and kill off the Frost Wolf.
I guess, but I think the Stormwind is much more of an issue right here.
Yeah, Stormwind is much more of an issue, but if you kill the 7/7, it's much more safer for a short period of time.
The thing is, right now, short period of time, is it going to be viable? I think just running the 6/5 into the 6/6 and giving him a hard card draw would be a better option.
In this situation, right, I will actually run the 6/5 into the 5/3 and stop his card draw, and hope that my Ragnaros will deal with one of that. And then if he kills it, I mean, even if he doesn't kill one of these two, he still have to run 2 of it into my Rag to kill it.
Right, which means that he's still going to be forced to...
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so he's going to go for the better choice right here.
And there we go, RN Jesus.
RN Jesus is going to hit. Oh, he goes for face, so... Nevertheless, he's... Oh, no, actually, no. He top decks the Defender of Argus, which actually is very bad for him.
That top deck.
So that top deck is going to be a lot of work. Ragnaros is going to go down. That means that's a 7/7 that's going to go into the... It's actually going to go ahead and hit face right here. Next turn, he's probably going to die, but... He summons, oh, he gets the Feral Spirit and
the Black Knight value.
The value is there. The Stormwind champ is gonna die. It's gonna be a 3/3 and a 1/1, and out comes the Feral Spirit. But is there enough space on the board actually?
Yes, but there's just enough space on the board.
I mean, I think it's a better choice for him to actually just trade the 1/2 with the 1/1, and then keep the Searing Totem and hitting the face, and even throwing out the Feral Spirit after that.
Yeah, because at this point you got 3 other totems, so the only totems you can summon with hero power is the taunt totem. Yeah. You will always summon a taunt totem.
Yep. So in this kind of situation, I think the Feral, maybe he could be saving the Feral Spirit and just summoning the taunt totem.
But he summoned the Feral Spirit.
He said, oh, he's actually going to use the Searing Totem on this. I guess that's fine because
so he doesn't want to trade it for free.
Exactly. The Truce of it does come out here, which actually is kind of bad for Moomified because even if he tries to go and hit face right now, I mean hit one of the minions, he's still going to take a decent amount of damage. I mean actually, no, he's not going to take damage because it's only 2 damage, so he'll be fine for the time being.
Yep.
Because now, the Black Knight's going to hit him in the face for 4 damage. There's a fire, there's an Earth top deck, Earth Elemental. This game is over by all means, I do believe, sirs, because that Earth Elemental is just too damn strong. Out comes a 4/5, the taunt's going to be out. There is no way he's going to go ahead and hit for this because if he does, he's just ultimately going to be committing suicide unless he says some kind of healing card. Let's see what Moomified gets over here.
He could take 1 hit. Actually, he could take 1 hit.
Wow, he gets an equality. But it's not enough. Sorry, bro. Yeah, I think he's just going to go ahead and probably concede instead of... yeah, he's just going to go for the face. Yeah, you know, screw it, YOLO. Killing himself in style. 1 HP left. There is that 1/4/1 and 1/1.
There we go. Game man.
That's it. That's gonna be game. The second game actually gonna go to Bjorn. So we're not gonna get a clean series here of 2-0. Bjorn now with 1 victory and Moomified with 1 victory as well. So that means now Moomified has lost out on his Paladin deck and Bjorn has lost out on his Druid deck. So now Bjorn's gonna be stuck with the Shaman. And the question now is, what deck is Moomified going to be dealing with the Shaman? I mean, like, Shaman surprisingly is very, very strong in this tournament.
Shaman is very, very strong in the Shaman. But mainly because that overloading cards, right, has very low cost for what the effect is done. So it's a very high value card. But at the same time, the disadvantage that comes along with it, you can play around it very easily. It's not that restricting.
I guess that is indeed very true. So Moomified over here is actually going to be going with the Druid of his own. So it's going to be a starting hand for Moomified, which is a Wrath, Acidic Swamp, and Keeper of the Grove. And you look at the starting hand for Bjorn, he has a Novice Engineer, a Blood Mage, an Earth Elemental, and the Black Knight. So looking at both these hands, what do you think both these guys should mulligan here?
Well, looking at Moomified's hand,
Moomified's hand?
Moomified's hand. he should actually. Well, this is a very good starting hand for him. He can actually execute swamp moves for a very good early game. He can raft for for removal. He can also keep up with groove to kill off or silence.
Right.
There's a lot of flexibility with that.
And look at Bjorn.
Beyond hand, definitely not the Earth Elemental, not even the Black Knight. Blood Mage Thanos is debatable, but definitely keep the Engineer.
Alright, so it seems like, yeah, I mean, you can always keep the Blood Mage for later. You don't really necessarily need it.
But it's going to keep the Black Knight and the Blood Mage, and he gets like another Earth Elemental.
he gets his Earth Elemental back. That is actually pretty funny to see. Moomified actually gets a swipe as his first card there. First card draw, so that's actually pretty decent for him. He has Acidic Swamp Ooze to play, but he's actually going to play it, even though knowing that the Shaman Bjorn there has a Rock Biter weapon. I mean, sorry, not the Rock Biter, the Stormforge Axe. So looking at Bjorn's hand right now, he's just going to go with card draw. Novice Engineer is going to help out a lot. He's going to get an Archon Commander, so that's just going to be a pretty decent card for him, but that's going to be for later.
So it's probably going to Mark of Nature, maybe?
I guess a Mark of Nature is probably the best choice for his minion here.
But what's he going to go for? Is he going to go for 4 attack and deal 7 damage on turn 3? Now he's going to trade and buff it up for 4 and taunt.
Yeah,
so
actually
it's going to be a 3-5 taunt.
Yeah, now that is actually a very, very good value card there.
Just like a Senjin.
Yeah, just like a Senjin. At the cost of 3 mana.
Yep.
So that's actually pretty insane right there. You look at Bjorn's hand now, he does have the weapon though.
But it's no direct answer to it, unless you want to waste a Lightning Storm. Even then, it doesn't have enough mana to do it. So he's probably going to just Hero Power and pass, which is a terrible turn for him in turn 3.
Yeah, but it's the only turn that he has to do, because if he does play the Stormforge, he's going to be limiting himself again, because it's only 3 mana on his next turn. So,
well, look at the bright side. He could pass right now and then coin into an Earth Elemental on turn 4.
That is, of course, also a possibility. That is definitely a possibility here. The Dire Wolf is going to be in the hand for Moomified. He's going to get that out. He's going to go ahead and kill the Searing Totem by himself. Going to run the 4-5 into the face of the Shaman. So the Shaman going to start taking damage already. And this is the point in time where it's going to start getting a little bit scary here. Now turn 4, by all means, you can definitely go for the Earth Elemental actually. And I think that would probably be a better play in this kind of regard.
Yes, because everything else that comes out will just die so mercilessly to the Ooze.
Exactly. The Ooze, the 4-5, even if he tries to trade with the Earth Elemental, it's still going to survive. The 2-2, even if he tries to run the 2-2 in, it's still also going to die. So there's really nothing much that he can do to provide a statement here in this turn. So it seems that, yeah, he's going to go with the coin. The Earth Elemental is going to come out. He has another Earth Elemental in his inventory. I mean his deck. So I gotta stop doing that. In his deck. So it's going to help out a lot as well in terms of backing himself up with that in the later stages.
Even if he gets overloaded for 3 the next turn, he'll have 2 mana cost. He can actually play a Hero Power, a Stormforge Axe, or a Blood Mage Thanos. So it has a little bit of flexibility in that sense.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you do have a point in that regard. Now you look at Moomified hand. He has a swipe. He has a claw. He can, by all means, actually kill off this Earth Elemental here with. Or a silence. I think a silence isn't that bad either.
I mean, even he could kill it out, but even then, you still have to use 2 cards to kill it. You can't kill it with 1 card. This just show you the efficiency of Earth Elemental.
Yep, for sure. So now, the only choice right now for Moomified is probably to silence that, and then keep going for face and just ignore it for the time being.
He could swipe and kill it, or he could Wrath it, Hero Power and kill it.
Yeah, it seems like he's going to be going for this play instead. So
he wants to save the Ooze.
Oh no!
Sacrifice the Ooze and save the doggy.
That's quite a waste in my opinion, because he could have actually got a better value in that play. He could have just swiped and dealt damage. And
sacrifice the doggy and keep the 4-5 taunt.
So nevertheless, still a very questionable play here. You look at Bjorn's hand. He has the Stormforge Axe. He's probably going to play it right now.
So when you look at that, right, that Ooze, the 4-5 Ooze, together with the Claw, is a combined value of 3. So the Earth Element will actually get him a 3 for 1 value.
Exactly. So, well, look at this. It's actually going to go for a charge rather than a taunt. Despite him knowing that there is a 2-2 Stormforge Axe in his inventory. The Earth Elemental by all means could be played again here if he wants to, but I think he's trying to go for a little bit of a different play. I guess he wants to keep that on for a little bit later in the game because it's kind of dangerous to play it right now.
Unfortunately, he can't play the Aegis Defender. Would be the best, one of the best answers here, since he's overloaded for 1 because of Stormforge Axe. So he could just Totem and hope for a Taunt Totem, or he could drop another Earth Elemental. But Earth Elemental facing up against a 4/4, it's gonna trade not as high value as you would hope for.
Exactly. Take a look at this though. I mean, you look at this. There is a Power of the Wild and a Savage Boar. Now, Savage Boar, it gives everybody the chance to do 2 damage for that turn.
Yep.
Just that turn. So it seems like he's just gonna go ahead and summon a Panther instead. I guess that's kind of the better-ish play, because even if he tries to run into it, he's gonna deal 3 damage to himself, and he's already at 17 HP, so he's quite low. Yeah, he's gonna do it. He's just gonna run right into it. Out comes the Harvest Golem, and it's just gonna end the turn.
So right now, Moomified is trying to hold out for his better late game to come out, going up against the Druid. You ultimately have the better late game, so it's going to choose up to silence it, and then fight to kill it. This kind of a waste to me though.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna save. Now he's gonna go for face. He's gonna try to aim the Shaman down.
Yep.
Make sure he tries to reach the 13. He's already at the 30 HP mark. Get down even much more faster.
He's probably gonna hero power and run a couple of Groove into the Harvest Golem to kill it.
Right. There is a Flame Tongue Totem here available for him to use, so he can actually use that in conjunction with his Feral Wolves if he wants.
Yep, that would maybe one of the best places, as the Harvest Golem can trade for the 2/4 without even dying.
Right.
Yep. And can Feral Wolves for some extra protection.
Yep.
And hero power.
Yeah, exactly.
He probably should hero power first, so he won't stack the wolf together with the totem, and have the totem actually do something the next turn.
Right. That's very true. Yeah, the totem is going to be a 2/2 taunt right now. That's actually very good. Feral Spirit's going to be coming out here. I mean, in this case, actually, I think he should just throw out the Feral Spirits or just keep it.
He needs bot presence at this point, so throwing out the Feral Spirits is one of the best plays he could do.
Right,
and even if he overloaded for 2, he still can Argus Commander the next turn. Or a Black Knife.
I guess that is definitely the better choice. The Archer Square is actually being played here. That's a 1/1 golden common, by the way. And
golden common.
Exactly. I mean, he can't really do much here. He's just gonna end his turn. The Defender of Argus comes out on top of that. Wow, look at the amount of taunts. The tauntage coming out in this game is just so damn insane. The 4/1 is probably just gonna go for face. He can just trade his 2/2 over there. Oh wow, actually gonna give Defender of Argus. So okay, Flame Tongue Token this time around is actually gonna do something. You're gonna usually run the Flame Tongue Totem into the 1/1 and just go for more damage here.
And then all of the minions will go for face, and he will pay for a heal totem here.
Exactly. Out comes a lot of the damage here. That's what I can't see. It's blocking. Yeah, that's 7 damage to the face right there.
And gets a spell totem.
He gets a spell totem, which is very good actually.
Yep.
Because of his spells. Now he's stuck. Moomified is stuck with a swipe, but
it's not gonna do much right now.
Yeah, swipe can't really help out. He's gonna go ahead and use it. The Argus right there. He's gonna kill.
Interesting, quite debatable there. To kill that Argus Defender. You could actually kill off the Flame Totem, buffing up the other minions. Right.
I guess that is definitely a valid point.
And here he is forced to use Bite to kill it off.
Kind of interesting, yeah. Wow, what a huge waste there on that turn though, in my opinion.
So it's down to 1 card. With still a very huge broad presence for Bjorn,
yeah. Bjorn, and now Bjorn has double charges here. Yeah, he's gonna coin out another totem. It's a 1/1. The
definitely should play the Argus Commander over here.
Yeah, the Archer Commander is gonna go in the face right here. He's gonna take 3 damage. That's 18, and now comes the 4, so that's 7 damage to the face right now. He's gonna be down to 14 life, and that's a bubble up on his hero, and he still has the weapon.
Yep, and the bubble is safely behind 3 taunts.
Look at that. He's forced to play the 2/2. He's gonna attack into a
golem. He's going to go for the 2/2.
Yeah,
2/2 Feral Spirit.
I mean, there's really nothing else he can do here. Moomified should just probably concede the game because he's so far behind. He really cannot find any space to do anything.
I think that's game.
Yeah, that's game. He has
So
the
let's
Archie.
see,
He has the
check.
Archie Commander.
For if he plays another Argent Commander, it's 8, 11, 2. Not really there yet, but nice there. So.
6. Yeah, he's there.
There we go.
Archie Commander,
and lethal.
To Northrend and victory! He destroys Moomified in this game. Bjorn is gonna win this game against Moomified, which means that now Bjorn is actually 2 games up against Moomified over here. So Moomified down to his last straw and his last life, which is that mage deck.
Yep.
Is it gonna be a viable mage deck? Now, time can only tell, because so far it's gonna be. I mean, it's very interesting seeing how his other decks has actually been in play, and I gotta say, his druid, he tried his best, but he played a little bit too ballsy in my opinion. He lost a lot of minions and he couldn't have any other card draws after that. So guys, let's just jump into this last and final game of the series. Potentially last, let me say that first, because this is going to be the 4th game in this game, sorry, the 3rd game.
Yep, the
third game in this match. Bjorn versus Moomified here. Moomified down 1 game right now at 1 point, and Bjorn with the 2-point advantage over here. The 1 point advantage. Yeah, it's 2 points. Anyways, I want to get a little insight here in this game. Just gonna jump right into this. Looking at the starting hand from Moomified, he gets a golden common there with a Cone of Coal. He has his Serra as well, the Kobold Geomancer and Arcane Missiles.
Yep.
Let's look at Bjorn's hand though. He has a Rock Biter Weapon, an Arching Commander, and Stormforge Axe. What about these 2 hands do you think about it?
Well, definitely not the Ysera. They could keep the Cone of Coal and Arcane Missile. And the Kobold Geomancer as well. Whereas for Bjorn, right, definitely not the Argus Commander. He could keep the Rock Biter Weapon and Stormforge Axe for early game removal.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, okay, just looking at this right now. Wow, look at the starting hand of Moomified. So he's got a card draw. He's got a lot of card draw actually. He has the spell damage from the Arcane from the Kobold Geomancer. Bjorn here has a Stormforge Axe, an Earth Elemental Hex, and a Rock Biter Weapon, which doesn't do much in this early game here. He's actually going to go ahead and throw the Axe out, which means in the next turn he's going to be stuck with 2 mana.
So it's quite debatable there though. Essentially you don't want to leave your weapon out like that for an ooze. So hero powering there, and it doesn't do anything right now. Hero powering there wouldn't be such a bad play.
I guess. And out comes the Novice Engineer. He's gonna go ahead and whack that in the face. Gonna draw the Totem. He gets a Taunt Totem at least, so that's pretty good for him. But you look at the hand of Moomified right now. He has a Sorcerer's Apprentice, which by all means he can actually play right here.
By optional card draws.
He's gonna get a Fireball and a Arcane Missile, so that's another Arcane Missile. A lot of the spells now in the hand of Moomified, so getting that Sorcerer's Apprentice out on the field is actually pretty good, and making sure they can sustain it is even better. Because if he's able to cast spells at a lower mana cost, it's so effective in this game.
Look at Moomified's hand, he has a lot of spells, but sadly he has no mana worm to combo it off for.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't have the mana worm just yet. He has at least the mana worms in his deck list.
Yeah, unfortunately wasn't able to draw it out.
Yeah, so that's a little unfortunate for him. He gets a lot of taunts in this situation here. The taunt, unfortunately, is going to be forced to waste one of the weapons there coming from, weapon charges, sorry, coming from Boren. It seems like Rock Biter Weapon is going to be used on the 0-2 here to trade for that 0-2 on the magic.
Actually, that's quite debatable right there, because yeah, he's essentially killing half a card for 1 card. You could just leave it up, and then you could fire a metal the next turn to kill off the Kobold. I mean, even if you, like right now, you kill off that, you can't attack with that axe, since you already attacked the axe with it, to kill the other one. So you're forced to use another Rock Biter to kill off the Sorcerer Apprentice.
Yeah, this is actually, I mean, it's not as effective because now he used two very strong cards there. Left with again with not a Searing Totem, but a spell damage. A spell damage is still by all means a very good card for Shaman. The Kobold is still on the field. The Kobold's probably just going to destroy the shield right here. And unfortunately, there's no minions actually to be played here. I mean, he can actually Arcane Missiles if he wants to deal a little bit of damage and burn down his HP a little bit.
Definitely.
Try to hit. Arcane Missiles definitely is a possible choice here. Protocol and Frustration shouldn't be used, neither should the... I mean, Fireball is kind of... Oh, interesting. Wow, okay, I didn't see the Spellbender. That's a little bit of a bug on our side. The Spellbender is going to be played. Out comes the Arcane Missiles. And...
Kills the totem.
Yeah, kills the totem, and at least does 2 damage to the hero himself. You see that? You see on the turn of Bjorn though, he has an Earth Elemental, he has a Fire Elemental, he has the Savannah Windrunner. I mean, potentially, yeah, he's gonna Fire Elemental here, get rid of that spell damage because it can get very, very annoying in the later stages.
Definitely. He's taking the off chance that it is not mirror image, and he won the bet. So if that was a mirror image, his Elemental is gonna die he's gonna die for it. He's gonna pay for it essentially. Since the mage area mage can attack the next turn on the mage turn, whereas his flame Elemental has to wait for the summoning sickness.
Yeah, exactly. And now even on top of that, he has to wait for getting freezed because he got freezed there by the Frostball. He becomes a 7-3. Yes, it is slightly annoying, but the thing is, he has Arcane Missiles, he has Cone of Cold as well. He doesn't have spell damage, which is kind of unfortunate. Polymorph actually is thinking of it.
Cone of Cold is actually the best choice here.
Yeah, and then Arcane Missile. So let's see if he's gonna get lucky. He gets lucky. Yeah, the 7 goes down. He can bring the 3-1.
Yep.
That's gonna make a lot more value there. He's gonna get himself back into this game. The 1-2 though, it's still on the board, but that's not much of an issue at all for Moomified here, playing as a mage.
Sadly so. So he could opt to go for an Earth Elemental here, since he knows that it's not a mirror image.
Well, I mean, okay, so he's just going to go Earth Elemental because he knows that he doesn't really have anything to deal with it, but there's a Polymorph.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that, so,
yep, so
goes the Polymorph.
Polymorph is there. He's going to get value with that. He's going to coin into a Acid Strike, actually the better choice here.
Yep.
He gets a card draw. Wow, he gets a Flame Strike. And that's a 5 damage Flame Strike, by the way. So let's see whether or not he's going to address this Acid Drake here. He does have a Wild Pyromancer, which actually works with Pharaoh's Barrier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Blood Mage, Poundage, and Silence, so you can kill it with the Stormforge Axe, would be a good play here, but you're not actually having that big of a board presence.
Yeah, that's very true. Out comes the Earthseeker, but it gets blocked by a Spellbender. What a perfect card there to defend that against the Acid Drake. So the Acid Drake is still gonna be alive. It's still gonna have the extra mana, not mana, the magic damage, but it's gonna finally go down. But he has to trade so much for that.
Yep.
The value there is so high in that mob.
But if you look at Moomified, you compare the board presence for these two players, actually Bjorn is actually ahead in terms of card advantage.
Yeah, because Moomified he only has spells, he doesn't really have minions right there. He did try to and that Hex though.
Sad case on Ysera.
That was a very...
He was actually saving the Spellbender for the Hex so he can play the Ysera, but sad case.
Yeah, he lost the Ysera there. I'm guessing that now this is probably going to mean that Moomified is going to probably go down here, because you look at the advantage now in the hand of Bjorn, it's pretty much insane. I mean, I guess in this kind of point in time, he's going to get value out of the Blizzard there.
Well, he's essentially just a one-card Blizzard for another Blood Mage Thanos, but actually draws upon another card. He actually loses value there playing that card.
I guess in a sense. Like, okay, here in this kind of situation, Nightmare can be given to any minion, right?
Yes.
So if he gives it to the 4-2 right now, and ends the turn, will it die?
No. Nightmare works differently from Power Wall Meg that dies a turn you give it to. Nightmare actually, the minion survives another turn and dies on the following turn. Right. So you can actually attack twice with it.
Right, okay, so that's actually kind of an interesting point to know. He's going to go ahead and Fireball the... I actually think that Fireballing the 1-1 would have been a better choice, because he just spawned a 2-1 that's going to attack in this round.
Well, he is at 24. He could take a 2 damage hit, but yeah, doing that way he can save himself 2 HP.
Yeah,
Which could prove to be a game turner in some sense.
And now you look at it right there. There is that Earth Elemental again, but there is a Polymorph. on hand.
Yep.
So that actually is going to help out a lot. With
So this is the second Earth Elemental going up with a second polymorph.
The sad thing is, he doesn't have enough mana for a polymorph and a flame strike.
Yeah.
But he's setting up himself for a very good flame strike the next turn. He's going for more damage here. Look at that, 6 damage in the face. Yeah, you can slowly burn him down. He just needs to draw his Pyroblast, which he's gonna eventually get. And now the Shaman is in the range of that.
And you have to note that beyond Moomified actually has his ice block up. So even if he goes to lethal, he can still survive the turn.
Yeah, actually that's very true. And now you see Sylvanas Winter actually going to be played here. Now that's a 5-5.
Yep, that's a 5-5.
But here's the thing. If he... Oh, okay. There's too many minions up. A Flame Strike here is going to screw him over. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the mob he wants. I mean, still playing the Sorcerer's Apprentice, it should be a good shot here for him, right?
Yep, definitely. So he can wipe the bot and then ping off the 2-1 Golem to have a clean bot.
So definitely well played here by Moomified, and I think he...
Definitely redeeming a bit of the value there, but a little bit of a card advantage there, but essentially he's still behind in card draws.
Has he drawn his second Fireball? He did, right?
That was his first Fireball.
Here's the thing, he can actually Nightmare his minion and Fireball his face the next turn if he gets a top deck Fireball.
Yeah, but up comes 2 Pharaoh Spirits to block the way though.
Ooh, Frostbolt here.
It's gonna have to Frostbolt one of it.
Yeah, for sure.
He could Nightmare and protect the Novice Engineer, like kill it for free. Actually, Nightmaring the minion won't be such a bad play.
Yeah,
he can deal with the X-Wife as well.
Yeah, exactly. The X-Wife.
And even if the X-Wife gets the minion, it will die the next turn.
Exactly. So now look at this now. There is double Pharaoh Spirits, a Wild Pyromancer on top of that after. Now his mage is down to 9 HP. The thing is, he still can win if he top decks that Pyromancer, not Pyromancer, the Pyroblast.
Yeah, but his HP is going very low. It's gonna hit
and
me. Oh, there we go.
That's
Game
the Pyroblast. Moomified is able to survive, and yes, cue evil laughter. He's probably laughing to himself right now because he saved himself. This is actually a very tight game. It's actually 2-2. So we're gonna be going to a final game here in this best out of 5 series, and I gotta say, I mean, that was just insane. We were talking about the Pyroblast, we were talking about putting him in that 10 HP range, and it's just very, very effective in that sense. We saw it. He didn't draw the second Fireball like you mentioned. He could also use the Nightmare onto his minion. So, I mean, that is very, very effective. Like, a minion into a Fireball would still have killed him, but of course there were the taunts, so that would have actually been maybe a sort of an issue in a sense, if you could say. And I mean, now it's down to their last, the last deck for Bjorn, which is that the Paladin.
So it's down to the 5th game right now.
Exactly, the 5th and final game here, where Moomified is against Bjorn, and the Paladin, right? I mean, this Paladin, I gotta say, it's interesting because he's also running kind of like the same Paladin we saw from. Who did we cast earlier? I can't remember. Who we saw from, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Z1? No, Z1 or Allura, where they actually played the Wild Pyromancer and Equality.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, because you see in this deck right here, he has double Wild Pyromancers, double Equality, and double Consecrate, so a lot of board clear potential on top of an Abomination. So looking at his Paladin deck, it's actually kind of insane. I mean, there's a lot of board clears, there's decent early game with Fairy Dragons, the Elven Archer is going to help out a lot, and you know what? Enough talking about that, let's actually see it in action. We're going to go into game number 5 here in the best out of 5 series, Moomified versus... I forgot his name. Moomified versus Bjorn. This is going to be a very interesting matchup for sure.
It's going to be the Druid, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Druid. Wait. Isn't he down? Isn't he down?
No, he played the Paladin first.
Oh, he played the Paladin first. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the Druid. I made a mistake there. Alright, so Moomified here, he has the Novice Engineer, he has the Arcane Missiles and the Ice Block. Looking at Bjorn's hand, he has the Healing Touch, the Innervate, and the Novice Engineer, and the Keeper of the Groove. So what do you think he should mulligan here on Bjorn's side?
Well, definitely keep the Healing Touch since it's a Burn Mage. Well, all of these hands are good, but Innovate is debatable because Innovate right now is sort of a dead card unless you can draw some good mid-game cards to play to combo it with.
Yep.
Well, look at Moomified hand, right? He opted to keep the ice block because that is his one and only ice block.
Yeah, so here's the thing though. Is it actually worth it to play a 1-mana mirror image at the start of the game?
It would reduce a lot of the early aggression. I do agree on that part, and you can keep a lot of your minions safe from melee attacks, from direct melee attacks. But it doesn't, unfortunately, doesn't have a mana worm, so it's quite debatable in that sense. Going up against a druid with his hero power.
Alright, and okay, here's the thing though. He's actually gonna use his Cobalt and use the mana, the Arcane Missiles here, so that's actually a pretty decent play.
Yep.
He clears both the minions on top of the, you know, the auto attack from the Novice Engineer, and now this means that Bjorn, he has a lot of.
Bjorn should actually innovate into the Druid of the Claw would be the best play for him right now. See, he has, he is saving the innovate. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I guess, he actually just hero powers and ends his turn. That's kind of interesting.
That's very interesting indeed.
I mean, yeah, innovate into a Druid of Claw with a 4/6 ton is definitely not bad. Oh, look at that. Alex Stress is there, but look at this! There's a little bug in the system right now. Okay, Novice Engineer is gonna come out. That's gonna debug the whole bloody thing. Out comes the Fireball and the 1-hit and the 2-hit right there from the 1-2 punch combo combination coming up from the Novice Engineer as well as the Cobalt Geomancer. And now looking at Bjorn's hand, I guess you could say it's actually decent to swipe here if he wants.
Well, swipe doesn't actually kill all of it. You just kill 2 minions.
True.
And it can't even get through the taunt. So yeah, Druid of the Groove here. And Keeper of the Groove here might be the best play here. You kill off the Cobalt.
Exactly. I mean, this Druid is grooving every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's gonna Frostbolt it and then ping it, which means he actually loses another high value card at very little cost. So it seems like it's still a lot more in favor of Moomified here. He's constantly dishing out 1 damage per turn. And now Bjorn is thinking, he has a Druid of Claw, he can actually go for this, and he's gonna go for the taunt, I do believe.
He's still thinking about it though. Swiping here wouldn't be, is a very terrible play because you're not swiping anything valuable at all. Right.
So the 4/6 is actually gonna come out. We actually expected that. But now you look at Moomified's hand. He's probably gonna go into an Arcane Intellect, or maybe even try to polymorph this.
Yes, that's actually polymorph already because it's 4 damage with a 6 HP.
Yeah.
It's actually quite hard to deal with, and it will actually take a Fireball to kill it.
Yeah, so he's gonna go ahead and use the minions again to constantly auto attack / hashtag auto attack the Druid's face. Bjorn is taking a decent amount of damage. The taunt is gonna get destroyed though because of the Black Knight. So the Knight actually is gonna do a lot of work here, but
well, it did some work. It's not the best taunt to Black Knight, but it is a taunt to Black Knight.
Yeah.
So
it is still something to deal to do with.
And it does present itself as a huge board presence here. Yeah, you'll take off the mobs to kill it.
The Arcane Intellect is going to be played here on top of the minion. Out comes the
shield block. The
so
ice block.
Ice block, sorry, yeah. So that's actually very, very good for him. He's probably going to just run his 4/5 into a 3/2 just to make sure his spells don't cost super cheap. He might even just go ahead and, I mean, he can double swipe here if he wants.
Well, double swipe is actually gonna be a bad place. He could double swipe the mage's face.
He could actually blood mage and swipe if he wants.
Yeah, blood mage and swiping the mage will be the best choice here.
Yeah, so he's gonna go for the mage. He's gonna kill everything. Look at that amount of damage. The value there is so high, and now Moomified is in a lot of trouble because on his 8th turn he still has to wait for that Ysera and Alexstrasza, and he has only a Cone of Gold in his inventory and an Arcane Missiles, which I think he's probably not going to do.
One interesting to note from spell damage while playing with a Druid is, if you have a spell damage and you're playing a swipe, right, you actually get 2 damage increment from the spell damage instead of 1. You get 4 damage to the initial target will be buffed up to 5, and then 1 damage across the board will be buffed up by 1 spell damage, that's 2 damage across the board.
and that's why we saw him actually aiming the face of the druid over there, and that actually proved to be a lot more useful. Unfortunately, we saw the arcane missiles coming out. It wasn't the best RNG over there. It didn't allow the Black Knight to go into the lethal range from the Fire Blast, so it's not going to be effective there. We see the Ancient of Lore trying to come out. Yeah, the Ancient of Lore is going to go ahead and heal himself back out, which just means he's going to push himself even further out of any, range from any direct damage from the mage. And the thing is, the mage is far behind. He's used a lot of components, and he's used a lot of direct damage spells. The thing is, okay, he can Alexstrasza. He can Alexstrasza and hope for the best that he gets a Pyroblast on the next turn, or have a Pyroblast first and then Alexstrasza so that he knows he can kill him in the next turn.
But even if you Alexstrasza, it doesn't guarantee the kill. So it's a Mirror Ysera coming out.
Wow, that Mirror Ysera is just making things even much more worse for him.
The thing is, the Druid has a chance to kill off his Ysera, the opponent's Ysera right now.
Yeah, he has a swipe available, the Wrath is there as well.
Yep.
He's gonna
go for it.
He's gonna go 4, 5, that's gonna be 9 damage. No,
3,
5, yeah,
5, and gone.
There we
and
go.
And still with a 5-1 on the board.
Yep. And this is actually pretty insane, because now he has a Ysera of his own for free, and that means he can actually cast Ragnaros in this next turn.
Yep.
Ragnaros is going to be a very, very scary creature here, and it's going to burn him down really quickly. Look at the Dream. The Dream is here, by the way. So, I mean, Mana Worm comes out as you drink, and unfortunately he doesn't have enough mana. He miscalculated on the Laughing Sister. Apparently that's what it's called. I don't know why it's called the Laughing Sister, but
Laughing Sister.
Yeah, that's like the big boss of the Fairy Dragon.
And look at that. John actually top deck a big game with the perfect answer to Alexstrasza.
Ooh, yes, that is just the best thing ever. Alright, are we gonna see the... I think he can actually... Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and swipe here and just trade onto the face.
He could swipe Innervate into a Rag.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yes, he can still. Yeah, he's gonna innovate. Rag's gonna. Yes, there we go. The Rag comes out. Out comes the 8 damage. Bjorn is down to 11. Sorry, not Bjorn.
He gets Nightmare.
Moomified is down to 9 health. And here's the thing: Ice Block is still available, but that just delays the inevitable. Now he's gonna have to force himself to play Alexstrasza here and quickly burn him down in the hopes that he'll get a Pyroblast on his next turn. He can still by all means win this if he's able to do that, but unfortunately he doesn't play Alexstrasza. So he's gonna go ahead and freeze the Sarah here. And he's gonna play his Laughing Sister and throw out the shot onto the Ragnaros, which is kind of weird in a sense.
I guess he's trying to
put it in Flame Strike range?
Yes, try to get both of the creatures down to Flame Strike range. But you still have to deal with the 50-50 chance that Ragnaros will kill out the Laughing Sister though.
I mean, he's still dead here. Because here's the thing. He can actually... I mean, if he wants, he can actually... No, I thought he had something. It's my bad. That was my bad here. Yeah, he's going to Hero Power. I'm probably just going to hit the face there. Really nothing else he can do. And just end the turn here, because unless he wants to dream back his Ysera, but I think that's just kind of a waste. He's gonna give him. He doesn't need to.
This is the thing here. If you trigger off the spell damage, if you trigger off Ice Block with Rag, which he did, that would be the best thing ever because it wasted the turn.
Yep, there we go. He's dead.
And then come next turn. Yep. So it's too late.
It's too late. It's too late to. It's too late to apologize, guys. Because now he can't even place Alexstrasza. He can't do anything. I mean, he can still survive. Actually, he can run his. Wait,
there's no way to survive.
Yeah, there is no way. Yeah, Flame Strike's only 4 damage.
Yep, there we go.
GG's.
Ysera for the kill.
Ysera for the kill. Bjorn's gonna take the game. Moomified. Unfortunately, he had a decent run, but unfortunately, he's gonna be dropped out of this tournament right here. He loses 2 games, 3 games actually, to Bjorn. He was able to take it into the 5th and final match there, but unfortunately Bjorn is gonna win this match here. So really well played by Bjorn. He's gonna well-deserving victory by him. He's gonna continue on. He's gonna be continuing on to the semifinals, I think. Let's take a quick look at the brackets here. I think it is the semifinals, if I'm not mistaken, because actually it is the. I think no, it's the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
It's the quarterfinals because after that. he is going to have to face Unistar, by the way, who did make it through. And on the flip side, if you look at the other bracket, there is DJ Lolex, who is going to be taking on Kale next in this next matchup here. So definitely well-deserving victory there by Bjorn again. He gets the game, and it makes it a very interesting one at that. So guys, do stay tuned, because we'll definitely be bringing much more Hearthstone action for you all. And you know what? We're getting a step closer to that grand daddy of them all, the grand finale here at the Hearthstone Alley tournament here live in Singapore. I'm from Malaysia, he's from Malaysia. We came down to cast this. You're gonna love it. We hope you love it. We'll see you guys, and we'll be right back.